Hello everyone, welcome to the video. In this video, I will walk you through how we can install OpenVAS Greenbone. We are going to install OpenVAS Greenbone in Kali Linux. Luckily, we have a package tool. If you visit Kali Linux tools GVM section, in this tool documentation, you can see the screenshot here. This is how it looks, and you can see we can install sudo apt install gvm. This is the command actually to set up. So first we will follow this instruction, yes, and then we can, after the installation is done, gvm-start. So we'll also focus on error that we actually use to get sometimes. So I'm already having my terminal here, and then I have internet connectivity. So I'll start with the sudo apt update command to update the package index list of Kali Linux. So after this step is done, we're going to install gvm using this command, which is sudo apt install gvm. Gvm is Greenbone vulnerability. Uh, this is a Greenbone vulnerability scanner, actually, manager, vulnerability manager, GVM. A full form of GVM is Greenbone vulnerability manager, is a module for security auditing and testing for vulnerabilities in local servers, systems, Windows, Linux, and Mac operating system. So we are going to use that command after the update step is done. So it's like 61%, it's already, and after it gets updated, we are going to go ahead sudo apt install gvm. If you're using Parrot security, it won't work because they haven't updated the package in for Parrot. But for Kali, we can actually install using the command apt install. Almost done. Sometimes I'll pause the video in between to make the video shorter. So now the update part is done. I've copied the command. So this is the command sudo apt install gvm, and I'll also add -y to like yes, all the default question it will ask in between. So now starting to install gvm, so it will take some time. So if it takes longer, I will pause the video, so don't worry. So 99% done, and we are done with this. So next step, according to the Kali Linux tools, we have to do sudo apt gvm setup. So this is this is the process. Actually, it's not chronological, I mean not serial in due to some region. You can check the dependencies. These are the dependencies. So first we have to do sudo apt install. I think I'm in the wrong page. Let me go to the home page. So in Kali vulnerability, if you see this page, there should be an installation guide like for Kali. So yeah, we should run this step now. Sudo gvm setup. Press enter, and it says like there is a error. So this is what actually this video is about. Like if you guys are having the same error, post SQL, version 15 to 16. That is actually what we need to do. So we are not able to proceed with the GVM setup, and we are actually, because it's installed, it is using the port actually. So right now if we check the version of PostgreSQL, I have the command here. Oh, okay. Okay, so we are actually going to this area, like we need to nano or a text editor. We are using nano in this example, etc PostgreSQL 15 main. In Postgre config file, you have to change the port which is actually using in 15 and 5432. Actually we have to change it to 33, and then in I'll show you the steps actually. So in 15 it is taking 5432, so we have to change it to 33, and again in 16 it is taking 33, we have to revert it to 32, then actually the setup will start. So if you go to the, I mean, open the configuration file and go to the text editor, we can go and directly scroll down to that port. So you can see it's a port 5432. So we'll change it to 5433 now, and then we will save the file. Yes, and then press enter. Now it is done. Next we are going to again so the thing is, like, I'll show you one more thing. Like for example, if we go to this location, say change the directory and etc 15, change one directory back. Now if I do ls, you see we have actually 15 and 16 PostgreSQL. That is why actually there is some conflict in the port. So 15 we have changed and reverted. Now we'll change directory and now go back to 16 config postgre config file, and then we'll do the same changes. So we'll go here and then go to the port section. In the port section, we as you can see, it's a 5433. We will change it to 5432. So now after this step is done, we will do Control X, Y, press enter, and now it is done actually. So now we have to do a step like sudo service PostgreSQL restart. The service, we need to restart it actually. Postgre restart. After it restarts, we are going to that step like this one, Postgre setup. So now if we do Postgre setup, now actually there is no error. As we saw earlier, we had some errors. Now it is actually progressing and doing the thing. And after that, this resolve, I mean this steps actually that I have demonstrated will resolve your error. Like if you're getting the same Postgre 1516 port error, you should follow this instruction in this video, and that way it will be actually. So now I'll pause the video because it can generate the password. I don't want it to be made available publicly. Okay, so it will download. It will take some time. You should have patience. It will download these files actually, notas, and then I mean plugins and all that. So be prepared. It will take some time, and it will also download. I mean, it will take some time to download all this gap cert, and then it will check for default scanners, and then eventually the scan should be successful now after we receive or corrected those errors in the configuration file. So have some patience. I'll pause the video now. Okay, so my installation is done. I can proceed. As you can see, to check whether installation is done correctly, I mean the setup is done correctly, by running the command sudo space gvm-check-setup, because the installation was already done actually earlier. So you can say admin user exists, So I can log in with the username. For you, if it is fresh, you will also get a password, and the default username is admin, capital, not capital A, but small, lowercase, all lowercase admin, ADMIN, and the user password will be somewhere in the screen. You can actually see that you need to copy and save it, otherwise you won't be able to log in. So for example, if you forgotten, so we can do we can go to the manage page for more information, like gvmd manage page, if you've forgotten the password. So now I will go ahead with gvm check setup. So that is the next step. I'll do sudo, then the command check setup. So in this process, if everything is correct, you will see okay, otherwise there will be some errors. So if everything is done correctly, you will see all okay, and then we can proceed and start the GVM. We are checking it actually. GVM, this is checked. After the checking is done, we'll get the all information. If it is all correct, all okay, we can proceed. Otherwise, if there is some error, they will ask you. The software will ask you to add or write those commands that will be actually there. You can copy paste and continue. And the worst case, if it doesn't succeed, you can actually, you have to restart your machine in this restart, and then again start with gvm setup. Then it will download some additional files, and then you can gvm check status, and then everything will be okay then. And then you can start with you can start gvm using the command after gvm check setup. So if there is some installation, this kind of errors you will see, like installation is not yet complete, then you can actually need to update the feeds, and again do check setup with each option, and then start. Eventually you can start with this command like start. Then after it starts, you can log into your gvm with the password. This is the command I'll copy, and it is still checking. I will pause the video and then start again. You can see all okay. In my case, not no error as of now. Step 7 is checking gvm service, if it is up and running, and starting the gvmd service. So after it's successfully done, we can start gvm, and then I'll open a browser and show you. So if for you, like if you're installing fresh, then you will get your password that you need to copy. And if you don't want that password, for example you want to change the password also, that I will show you the step. So I got that answer in the forum. Actually, you can follow this gvmd space hyphen username, and then the username is usually admin, admin, and then if you want to change the new password or forgot a password, you don't want that password, or you forgot the password, in that case hyphen new hyphen password equal to whatever new password you want to give, press enter, and it will actually set up the new password for you. Okay, so now going back to, I'll copy this command for now, and going back, let's go back to the chat. Okay, so I can see still there's some error actually. 7 step is correct, failed because timeout, and systemctl, there is something like some error actually we got. It's not yet complete. So checking if gvm setup are running. So we can do one thing like sudo gvmd service gmd status, and it says failed with result timeout. Like I think we can make it start like manually. So I wanted to start the GVM service was not able to actually earlier, as you can see with this command, but then I did systemctl start GVM service, and I could run the service. I could run the service. I check the status, it says active. So now, because we have some error, if you remember, so we will actually again do the check setup. Like earlier check setup, it gave one error in step 7. So if you find similar, you can you can enable GVM service by using this command. Then when it says active running, you should again GVM check setup. So again it will going to step 1 till 7. If 7 and no error is there, then we are good to go. We can run and access the web interface. We'll also check to reset the password. Okay, so it's going on. I'll pause the video again after some time, enable it. Unpause it. Okay, so you can see it seems like your GVM 23.11.0 installation is okay, and the 7th step, if you remember earlier, we had some error. Now GVM service is active, and also GSAD service is active, and 8th step all good, 9th step all good. So now we are good to go. We can actually start our next command, which is gvmd. Also, yeah, we will try to change the password, but let's check. So now we can do gvm-start, and then we can access the web interface. But if you don't remember the password, like for example, you already have your password, it will be generated in the step, by the way, don't get confused. Then you need to save the password. But in case you forgot the password, so you can do this gvmd, and then what is the new password you want it to be, password. And also we need it to be like super user do one time sudo, and new password, like I'll just make it this as the new password. And now it is done actually. We will now sudo gvm yeah, so this is the command sudo gvm-start. This one, you can use the h option, but I'm just going with the sudo gdm-start, and this is should be my new password because I've changed the password, and the username is admin. So after that it says GVM service already running. Okay, so now we can open a web browser and access it via localhost 127. And if you remember, we changed the port number, so that will be the port number via which we can access our GVM web interface, OpenVAS vulnerability scanner, and then we can scan. So that will be another video I'm going to do, where we're going to scan some vulnerable machine just in the lab manual, just for educational purpose, to understand and get the vulnerability analysis skills. So now we are here in new tab, open 127.0.0.1, the local host address actually. So we are going to access it via this address, and we should suggest the port number also, but I don't know the port number now. Let's check what happens. if it redirects. Otherwise, yeah, it is redirecting 9392. I think it's not the correct port, or is it? So for that, like, let's go back to our terminal and then check. I think it's a 9392 is the correct port. Like, if you remember, that error we had all had, like, for PostgreSQL 15 and 16 thing. So we're going to check the port. Yeah, Postgre is 16. We corrected that. Like, again, I'm opening nano editor and then going to that area, like where it says port. So localhost, and that port number we want to add in our browser in order to access the web interface of OWSP Greenbone. So port is 5432 actually. Okay, 5432. I'll just 5432. Okay, we can go to 5432 also. Now it is like this. If we change it to 5432, it is automatically redirecting me to this port actually, but I want 5432. So it's problem loading the page. I'll try localhost. Okay, that was actually port. Sorry, PostgreSQL port. So just ignore that. Just ignore that. So if you visit localhost, actually ports OpenVAS running in port 9392. So now if you see like potential warning because of the SSL certificate issue, we'll click on advanced. Scroll down. Then we will accept the risk and continue. Then we will see the OpenVAS web interface, right? And the username will be admin, and the password that we changed, this is the password. I'll copy the password. Here I will copy the password. I can see in the background the web interface is running. It's showing the login screen. Username is admin. Okay, and the password that we changed, now I'll copy and paste the password here. And this is my password. I'll log in. Sign in. Oh, it says invalid password. I think the password didn't get changed. PASSWORD. Invalid password or username. Let me check with the capital A. Still a wrong password. So let me copy because I remember my old password, and for you also, when you install it for the first time, the password will be generated. To change, how to change the password, actually I have to stop GVM service and I think reset the password. For that I will create a new video, short video, how to reset the password. For now I'll just go and copy my old password and I'll show you the login screen. I'll pause the video now. Okay, I have copied my old password. It's not working. I'll also show you how to reset the password if you somehow forgot your old password. But as I copied my new password, I'll just go to the password now. I'll just paste my new password. I mean the password that was generated. It will be generated in the screen, like, don't worry. Now we're going to login. So after we type, press login, don't save for security reasons. And bingo, we are actually inside now our web interface. So now the security vulnerability scanner is all good. We can actually like scan Metasploitable 2 or Eternal Blue Windows 7, I'm sorry. Yeah, using this, and it should be in the same network. In order to scan, we go to scan task, and then there will be a magic wand. We have to just give the for basic scan, and we have some other configuration also for advanced stuff. Later on we can check all that. For scanning, we go to scan, and then there is a magic wand like this magic wand. We'll click on this magic wand. Is a task wizard actually, and then in the task wizard we are going to get we're going to actually, somehow it is very slow, then we are going to actually give the IP address there. Somehow it is very slow anyway. So in my next video, or if possible, I will just show you in the next video how we can actually reset the password. For now it's done, like now. Also in the upcoming video, please check how we scan and find out security issues. Here we can actually suggest the IP address. For example, you can scan Metasploitable 2 and see like all sort of vulnerabilities that Greenbone OpenVAS vulnerability scanner is able to find out. And also actually nowadays recently, not recently, but OSP, OpenVAS Greenbone vulnerability scanner OpenVAS also have a pro edition actually. So where you can actually further scan and have a support and all that, like additional features, but that's a paid version, but this is community edition or a free version. So thanks for watching, and in the upcoming video I will show you all that. Okay, this is the bonus part, guys. I will show you how you can also reset your password. So you have to type this command sudo space hyphen capital U space hyphen lowercase u and then space underscore gvm and gvmd, and then the user you want to reset the password is admin, and the new password that you need to type. So let's change it to admin. I will use this as the new password. So username is also admin, password is also admin. So we'll just press enter, and it will take a couple of seconds actually, not even a minute. Then we can log in, we can go to the login screen. As you can see here, we'll type the username as admin and the password as admin that we have resetted. So in case you forgot your password, so you can do this step. I don't know, it's taking little longer. I thought like just a couple of seconds, but it should not take 1 minute. So let's wait. Okay, so this is done. So now we should log in with the username admin, password admin. We'll type the username admin and the password as admin, ADMIN. So let's check whether our password is changed to this. And as you can see, yeah, we are able to log in. So this is working. So thanks for watching. I don't want to make this video longer. So this is how you can change your password as well if you forgot your password. Thanks everyone for watching. And in the upcoming video, I'll scan some vulnerable machine and show you. Thanks a lot.